4-year-old and a beautiful wife. He is a United States Navy, a member of the United States Navy. He likes to promote mentorship for children and also volunteer in communities. Tonight, he is going to present a speech, the second part of his speech, about the 7 steps of self-mastery. Who doesn't want to improve? We all want to improve. Otherwise, we'll be dead. We all want to improve, and for that tonight, the title of Tim's speech is Mastering the Greatness Within. Tim Wallace.
For that amazing introduction, and thank you all for having me here again. As Lydia just pointed out, the title of this speech is Mastering the Greatness Within, where we go over 7 steps to understanding and building confidence in yourself, and just a lot of different things that will help you to improve your life in different ways. So previously, for those of you who were not here, we went over 4 of those 7 steps. And the first one was breaking yourself down so that you can learn to pick yourself up, where we went over identifying certain negative areas in our lives and talked about how you can eliminate them through acknowledgement and forgiveness. Step number 2 was creating a positive environment for yourself through positive thoughts, positive actions, and positive associations. Step number 3 is establishing faith in yourself by working hard, doing what you know in your heart to be right, and believing that this world and fate are on your side and want things to go in your favor. And step number 4 was building mental and physical strength through reading, positive thoughts, meditation, exercising, and dieting. We will now be going into step number 5, which is discovering your purpose. Do you all know that you are capable of achieving anything that you set your minds to?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd like for you to look to the person to your left and to your right, and I want you to shake their hand, and I want you to tell them you can achieve anything. Now I'd like for you to say that to yourself. I can achieve anything.
I can achieve anything.
How do you feel when you say that? Does it seem like a ridiculous statement, or is it something that you are truly confident in your ability to do so? Before the Wright brothers made the first sustained flight, many people thought the idea of flying was ridiculous. Before Alexander Graham Bell patented the first telephone, the concept of being able to speak to someone from several blocks away from inside of your home was madness. People accomplish amazing things every single day. Do you know how they do that? They do that because they are not afraid of their own greatness. Because they found something that they were passionate about and they devoted themselves to. What is something that you would do for the rest of your life, whether you were getting paid for it or not? Some of you may be artistic. Maybe you're good with words. Maybe you're like me and you're great at everything, but you just like to give other people a chance. But in all honesty, throughout my life, I found that I excelled in 3 areas: writing, public speaking, and giving people advice. Now, I've known that I've had these strengths and interests for years, but it wasn't until recently that I actually made the decision to try to pursue a career that utilizes them all. And that's because I didn't believe in myself. I didn't know anyone who was a successful speaker, author, or life coach. So how could I, this kid who never graduated college, who grew up poor and in bad neighborhoods, who was thought to have a mental disability as a child, how could I possibly hope to be successful in such prestigious careers? Well, I'm very happy to tell you all that that way of thinking is far behind me. When it comes to your success in this life, the one person who is in control of whether it happens or not is you. Now, I'm not saying that if you tell yourself that you can achieve a goal that it's going to happen just like that. What I am saying is that if you tell yourself that you are going to achieve something and you work every single day at improving yourself and working towards that goal, you can absolutely make it happen. You also need to ask yourself, why do I need to succeed? Not why do I want to succeed, why do I need to succeed? Wanting is not enough to achieve greatness. You have to fill that desire with every fiber of your being. When you are living your life in pursuit of what makes you happy, and you are pushing yourself to the limits of your potential, no one, including yourself, can question your integrity. You must also look down deep inside your heart and find the source of what makes you happy, and pursue a career that allows you to practice that as well as make a living. And when you do that, pursue it with the tenacity of someone who believes that they are capable of achieving anything and are deserving of greatness. Marianne Williamson once wrote that our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that others won't feel insecure around you. We were all meant to shine, as children do. And it's not just within some of us, it's within all of us. And as you let your own light shine, you unconsciously give others permission to do the same. And as we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. On the count of 3, I want you all to say, I will not fear my own greatness. 1, 2, 3. I will not fear my own greatness. Step number 6 is taking action. Once you have discovered what your ultimate goal or purpose is, you should immediately begin to take action to make it happen. And the first way that you can do this is by doing research on the subject or field you're looking to pursue. You can do this online or by going to your local library or bookstore. Each and every day you should be bringing yourself closer to becoming a subject matter expert in that area. The next thing you want to do is create an action plan. An action plan is a process that helps you to focus your ideas and decide which steps to take to accomplish a specific goal. It is a statement of what you want to accomplish in a certain period of time. Now you can do this by asking yourself a few questions. Question number 1 is, who do I need to help in order to achieve my goal? Number 2 is, why do I want to achieve my goal? Number 3 is, how am I going to achieve this goal? Number 4, when do I want or need this goal completed by? And finally, number 5 is, what resources do I need to achieve this goal? The third thing that you want to do is find a mentor or coach. In my personal opinion, I feel that the most beneficial coach would be someone who is currently working in the field you're looking to pursue or has experience in that area. But it's not absolutely necessary. As long as this person is positive, motivating, and is pushing you to be the best version of yourself, that will still be a beneficial partnership. The next thing that you want to do is set achievable goals for yourself. These goals don't need to be huge. As a matter of fact, if you set smaller goals, it'll actually help you to maintain a positive mindset while in pursuit of your ultimate goal. And the last thing that you want to do is create a timeline for yourself. Write down a list of all the things that you wish to accomplish in a time that it's not too soon, but still pushes you to try your best. And finally, step number 7 is staying on track with self-discipline and integrity. Once you have discovered what you want to do, your ultimate goal or purpose, and you've begun to take actions to make it happen, the next thing that you want to consider is how you are going to stick with it. Now, it is very easy to get motivated in an environment like this, but how about when you go home? How about when you're back in an environment where you're the most comfortable? How do you keep yourself from falling back into the same old routine? You establish a new one, of course. Similar to the action plan we discussed in the previous step, you should create a daily checklist that consists of productive actions that are moving you closer to the achievement of your goals. You should also remember to reward yourself for sticking to and achieving these goals. And you can do this with your favorite cheat meal, a day off from everything, or by taking a vacation. As we discussed, for those who were here for the previous speech, in step number 1, it's important to create positive associations to sticking to and achieving your goals. The next thing that you want to do is make sure that you are creating positive and negative associations to sticking to and achieving your goals, because that's the way that you establish proper self-discipline. Integrity, as I saw down here with probivity, is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. As we talked about, as well as step number 1, it's important to be honest not only with other people, but to be honest with yourself as well. But every single one of us knows the difference between right and wrong, as well as the difference between a productive and non-productive action. By making the most of your time, doing what you know in your heart to be right, and holding yourself accountable, you will find yourself to be much happier and much more productive. So there you have it, 7 steps that will help you to live your life to your fullest potential. By making these steps a part of your daily life, you will find yourself to be a dramatic increase in your levels of success, happiness, and your overall well-being. Now to recap, our 7 steps were, number 1, breaking yourself down so that you can learn to pick yourself up, where we talked about identifying negative areas in our lives and eliminating them through acknowledgement and forgiveness. Step number 2, creating a positive environment for yourself through positive thoughts, positive actions, and positive associations. Step number 3, establishing faith in yourself through working hard, doing what you know in your heart to be right, and believing that this world and fate are on your side and want things to go in your favor. Step number 4, building mental and physical strength through reading, positive thoughts, meditation, exercise, and dieting. Step number 5, discovering your purpose by looking at your passions and your interest. Step number 6, taking action by working to become a subject matter expert, creating an action plan, finding a mentor or coach, setting achievable goals for yourself and following a timeline. And finally, step number 7, staying on track with self-discipline and integrity by following a set of morals and principles that you believe in, holding yourself accountable, prioritizing, rewarding yourself when deserved, and staying productive. Friends, keep your thoughts optimistic, your actions productive, your heart receptive to all the love that this world has to offer you, and above all, do not fear your own greatness. Thank you very much.